Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking TTC 101. If you are trying to conceive, trying to get pregnant, I hope you find this video helpful. When my husband and I were trying to conceive, I just found the entire process so overwhelming. There were so many things that I never got taught in school about my cycle and about my fertility window, and I was craving all of that information during that time. If you and your partner are in this really exciting period of time, I hope you find this information useful. The very first thing that I would recommend when talking about trying to conceive is getting to know your cycle. Your cycle is so unique to you and so special to you that it's not going to match up with anybody else's cycle. So I think it's really important to get to know your body and how long your cycle is. On average, women's cycles range anywhere from 24 days to 28 days. It's also really normal for women to have cycles that range from 30 days to 35 days. Some women have 40, 45 day cycles. And that's why it's so important to get to know your body, because if you don't know your cycle and if you don't know when your fertility window is, you could be trying for months and months and months on all of the wrong days. What exactly is a cycle? A cycle is measured from the first day of your period until the first day of your next period. So it's really important, if you're getting to know your cycle, to log down all that information. I would highly recommend getting a fertility tracking or period tracking app. There are so many out there. I have talked about this at length. I love Ovia. I also love Clue. There's Glow. There's just so many, and so many women have recommended so many wonderful apps. And if you have an app that you love, definitely leave it down in the comments below so other people can give it a try. But that for me has always been the easiest way. If you'd rather keep it in like a little notebook or a journal, that's great too. But if you're just getting to know your period, I highly recommend and think that it's so essential to write it down somewhere, whether it be on your phone or in a notebook. The next thing when getting to know your cycle is getting to know when you are most fertile. So when is that most fertile window, that most fertile period of time? I was taught in school that if you had sex at any time, you were going to get pregnant, which unfortunately, when you're trying to conceive, you start to realize is not actually true. You can have sex at any period of time, whenever, and get pregnant. There's actually a very short window of time, a 24 to 48 hour window of time, where you can actually get pregnant. It's once your ovary has released the egg and that egg has traveled and then meets with a sperm. If that egg does not get fertilized, I believe after 48 hours, it disintegrates, and then you no longer have a chance of getting pregnant that month. You want to know when that period of time is going to be to help up your chances of actually getting pregnant. Again, most women will encounter that fertile window or will ovulate around 14 days after the start of their period. Again, I can't stress this enough. You have to get to know your own cycle because that's a very loose outline. Some women ovulate 14 to 16 days after the first day of their period, and other women ovulate later, like 20, 23 days. And it really depends on the length of your cycle. So to know exactly when you ovulate, there are a lot of different ways to know. You can take your basal body temperature, you can check your CM or your cervical mucus. What I did was I took ovulation test strips, and they look like little pregnancy tests, and they can indicate for you when it's most likely that you'll be ovulating. So I will link those down below because I really love them. They were super cheap off Amazon. But getting to know your body and figure out whatever way works best for you to know when you're ovulating is really incredibly helpful. You can also make an appointment with your OB and have your OB kind of talk you through a lot of this or come up with a plan for you. I find this one really helpful because if you really have no idea about your body, if your periods are really sporadic, or if 1 month your cycle is 20 days and the next month it's 40 and then the next month it's 30, you might feel overwhelmed trying to pinpoint when exactly you're ovulating. Having like a preconception appointment with your OB can be really useful. Okay, you're tracking your cycle with a fertility app, you're approaching your most fertile window. What to do now? You should baby dance every 2 to 3 days. A lot of doctors recommend baby dancing every 2 to 3 days and not every day. Baby dancing or having sex every day can actually decrease the quality of sperm in your partner. So having sex every 2 to 3 days during that most fertile window would be really great. You should also mention that a fertile window of time encompasses days leading up to when you ovulate and like a day or two afterward. So it's not that you're ovulating every day during that like maybe 6 or 7 day window. That sperm can actually exist in your body for a few days. So if you have sex, let's say 2 days before you actually ovulate, sperm can stay alive in your body and still fertilize that egg, even though you didn't baby dance the second that your egg came out, which is pretty cool. It really ups your chances of getting pregnant. So there are over-the-counter products out there that can help increase your chances of conceiving. One of them is a product that I use. It's a supplement. It's called Pregnitude. It will help increase the quality of your eggs. If you're thinking that you need that, that might be a really good option. There are lubricants out there that can actually help aid in the transportation of sperm to your egg. Those are really fantastic. I will link all the products that I really loved while we were trying to conceive down in the comments below in case you're interested. Speaking of products, buy inexpensive ovulation test strips if you're going to go down that route, and also buy inexpensive pregnancy tests. If you're like me, once you start trying to have a baby, you are going to become really excited for testing and testing that month. And if you're like me, you're gonna start testing pretty early and you're gonna test almost every single day, maybe multiple times a day. And pregnancy tests like Clear Blue and Early Response, those normally come with 2 to 3 tests, like stick tests in a pack, and they can be pretty pricey. So you don't wanna use those every single day as you're leading up to whether or not you're gonna get your period. Buying cheaper strip tests, they do the job. They're a really great way of testing on a daily basis during that TTC period of time, and then if you do get a faint line or do get a positive, you can take those stick tests as backup and confirm the positive tests. The last thing that I'm just going to mention is finding your community. Trying to conceive can be so overwhelming. I think of myself as a pretty rational, level-headed person, and I really thought that like during the entire TTC period, I wasn't going to like need the support of other people, which like jokes on me, because I just entered a completely different headspace when we started trying. It was all I wanted to think about. It was all I wanted to do, and I found like a lot of apps will actually have community message boards where you can connect with other women and other people who are also trying to conceive and like sort of in the same boat as you, and I found those so incredibly helpful. It was so nice, especially as like a first-time parent, to connect and talk with other women who are going through the same experience as me. So whether you connect with other people via message boards, or maybe you have sisters, friends, cousins who are like in the same life stage as you, I just think it's so important to connect with other people who have been in your shoes, who are in your shoes, who can totally relate to what you're going through. Okay guys, that's everything that I wanted to mention in this video. If there's anything that I left out or anything that you think would be relevant, definitely leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.